Welcome, my friends. Thanks so much for joining me here on YOGATX. I'm Jen Hilman, and in today's practice, we're going to get a little spicy with some full core workout. So this is not going to be for the faint of heart. This is for those of you that are ready to dive in and knock out your core workout in a short and sweet, power-packed punch. Did you get all that? Go ahead and roll out your mat. Like this video, leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Then grab your bottle of water and let's get ready to put in some work. We're going to start our practice sitting on the floor. We're going to dive in, get the workout, and get on off the mat. So when you're ready, let's come into a seat, bring your feet flat to the floor, and your hands back behind you. So starting here, we're going to press into the mat and lift up, extending through your spine. We want to reach your spine nice and long and start to hug your belly in. So already we're beginning to activate the core. So for this exercise, we want to try and keep your spine nice and long. That's our foundation. Then from here, we're going to gently rock back and lift your feet off the floor. So just starting here in a nice supported boat pose, we're just going to hover for a moment, bringing the shins parallel to the floor. And again, we want to keep the spine nice and long. If you want an extra challenge, you can float your hands off the mat. Take another moment here, nice deep breath in, and a full deep breath out, hugging your belly in as you hover. Good, then we'll cross your ankles, sitting up tall. Bring your hands along your hips, and here's a challenge. See if you can press your hips and your feet off the floor, then just plop yourself right back down for fun. Bring your hands back behind you, plant your feet on the mat. Again, start the same way. Pressing into the earth, lift and lengthen your spine, hugging your belly in towards core center. And we'll gently rock back and float your feet above the mat. Then from here, we're going to reach your body long, stretching your legs out. Then inhale and draw your knees to your chest. Exhale, reach your body long. Inhale, knees to chest. So we're just going to flow with your breath here, in and out. Reaching long, then inhale, knees to chest. Reach it back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, hug it in. Then cross your ankles, bring your hands by your sides. See if you can float your hips and your feet. Then plop right back down. Here we go. Bring the hands back, feet to the floor. Press into the earth, lift and lengthen your spine. Hug your belly in as you rock back, floating your feet above the mat. Then here's your challenge number 3. See if you can float the hands up. Then again, we're going to reach the body long. Exhale. Inhale, draw your knees to your chest. Exhale, reach it long. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch. Now, if this isn't quite accessible to you today, go ahead and bring your hands back down to the mat. That's totally fine. Make it work for you. But we're going to fight. We're going to stay with it. And I'm here in solidarity with you. Let's take it for another 3, 2, hug it in. Last one. Inhale, squeeze. Plant your hands, cross your ankles, press your hips, and lift. Then release it back down to the floor. One more round here from our boat pose. We're going to start to work those obliques. You feeling the burn yet? We're just getting started. Rock back, lift your feet, hug your belly in as you stretch your spine long. Bring your hands together at your heart, and now we twist, tapping your fingertips on either side of the mat. Again, we want to try and keep the spine long, hugging your belly in as best you can. If this is starting to burn you out, tap your toes to the floor, but keep twisting. Okay, so just finding that edge, keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Nice work. Hug your knees to your chest. Let your belly relax and just take a couple deep breaths here. Yeah, feeling that tingle. All right, so here we're gonna plant your feet down, place your hands back, looks like the boat pose, but we're gonna press up into a reverse tabletop. So standing into the strength of your legs, lift your hips towards the sky, press your chest up, stretching across your shoulders. You can even gently open your throat, leaning your head back, feel a gentle stretch here. Then take a nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, we're gonna slowly draw your hips down and back, pulling your hips through your forearms and extending your legs straight. Then we'll inhale and come forward into that reverse tabletop. Exhale, draw the hips back. Inhale and lift, press it up. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale, press and lift. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale and lift. Let's do 2 more. You've got it. I'm here with you. Stay strong. Let's do 1 more round. Inhale and lift. Press it all the way up. Stretch your belly, stretch your chest and shoulders. Then slowly release your hips down to the floor. Now bring the soles of your feet together and your knees open wide. Let's just take a nice easy forward fold. Letting yourself stretch into your hips and your thighs, relaxing along the back of your neck and your shoulders. Let yourself slow down for a few deep breaths here. Feeling the warmth, the heat that we've started to build in your body. And use this moment to come back to a neutral breathing. And slowly roll yourself back up to your seat. Hug your knees in towards your chest, and we are going to transition onto your belly. So you can find your own personal journey onto the floor, bringing your tummy down. And we are going to start by bringing your forearms onto the mat. Then interlace your hands in front of you, and as you look down, your forearms should make like a nice letter A, or like a slice of pizza, or a slice of pie, which also sounds nice. So we have a nice slice of pie on your mat with your forearms. Then curl your toes under, and you're going to lift your hips and lift your knees, coming into that strong forearm plank. Now, we already want to engage the core by resisting the pull of gravity. So you don't want to just leave your belly hanging out. You want to pull the belly up and in as you press in this forearm plank. Now let's add a little movement. Hip dip it out, bringing the right hip to the floor, and then up and over, the left hip comes down. So we hip dip, right and left, finding your own rhythm and your own pace. Again, we really want to lift from core center, building that strength through the obliques and through the transverse abdominals. So hip dip it right and left for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. You've got it. Coming back to that forearm plank. Draw your knees to the floor. Reach your hips back, folding down into a little child's pose. Give yourself 3 full, satisfying deep breaths. Try and slow down those breaths as much as you can for 3 full rounds. And at the end of your 3rd exhale, we're going to slide forward back onto the belly. Again, we want to bring the forearms down onto the mat. Interlace your hands in front of you. If you want to practice reversing your grip just to build strength in both hands, then again, we're going to come back into that forearm plank. Toning the legs, toning the belly. Press your forearms into the mat. Then from here, we're going to inhale and reach your hips back. Pressing your hips high, we open through the chest and shoulders. Hug your belly up and in. Then as you exhale, we'll shift forward, heart over hands. Inhale, draw the hips up and back. Exhale, heart over hands. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Let's just keep rocking it at your own pace, flowing with your own breath. Press your forearms down into the mat, hugging your elbows towards each other. We're gonna rock it out for 3. Inhale and exhale. 2. One more round, you've got this. Oh yeah, let's draw those hips up and back one more time. Then release your knees to the floor. Reach your hips to your heels. Let your forehead relax. Let's take 3 full rounds of breath. Try and slow it down as best you can. And at the end of that 3rd breath, we're going to come back onto your tummy. The good news is we're done with forearm plank, but the bad news is we're not done with this video. So go ahead and bring your hands alongside your chest, spreading your fingertips wide. You're gonna bring the tops of your feet down onto the floor and press the tops of your feet down into the mat. So we anchor your feet to the earth. Then lift the tops of your shoulders up towards the sky. So we already start to feel the muscles in your upper back squeeze. Now slowly inhale your breath and curl your chest up away from the mat. Think about drawing your elbows down towards your hips. So we roll the shoulders down away from your ears, hugging the strength of your side body and your low back, drawing those elbows down towards your hips. Now from here, glide your hands back, floating your palms above the earth. You can reach your fingertips back in the direction of your toes. See if you can reach back and lift your chest a little higher. Then we're going to hug your legs together and see if you can float your feet away from the floor. Kind of like a little Superman flying through the air. Lift your feet and lift your chest. Now we're adding on to this pose by circling your arms out in front of you. Now, this is going to build a lot more strength, a lot more challenge into the pose. See if you can lift your heart and lift your heels. Then from here, we're going to begin to kick, floating the hands and feet, fluttering back and forth. You can imagine yourself paddling down a river, lifting your chest, lifting your legs, paddle back and forth, building the strength around your waist, into your low back and those deep core muscles supporting your spine. So let's paddle it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down, press yourself back to that child's pose, and let's take some slow, deep, nourishing breaths. In and out. Slowing it down. Feeling that warm heat that you are building in your body. We're going to slow it down with a nice stretch for your belly. So go ahead and let's slide forward onto your tummy one more time. And again, we're going to bring your forearms onto the mat. But this time, you're going to bring your forearms parallel to each other. So a little bit more like a box. Now we're getting a whole box of pie. So we're going to bring those forearms parallel. Stack your shoulders right over your elbows and begin to draw your chest forward through your arms. Almost as if you could slide forward on your belly. You want to roll your shoulders down away from your ears and just keep thinking about drawing the chest forward. You can isometrically pull your elbows back towards your hips, just helping you get into that nice deep stretch across the front of your abs. Then we'll slowly release yourself back down. Stack your hands one on top of the other
And just let your forehead relax onto the top of your hands. Let your heels fall open to the sides and your toes fall in towards center. Then we're going to just start to rock your hips back and forth. You can give yourself a little momentum here, maybe a little faster than you would think. Just gently rocking the hips back and forth. Try to relax through your low back as you rock the hips back and forth. So we're just releasing any tension through the core, inviting in some subtle movement and a deep sense of relaxation as you rock your hips back and forth. Then we'll slowly begin to resolve the movement, slowing it down, finding your way back to stillness. Then from here, we're going to just roll on to your back.
And we'll close out our core practice with just a little twist, drawing your right knee up towards your chest and sliding that knee across your body over towards the left. Try to open that right arm out towards the slide, letting your right chest and shoulder open towards the sky. And as you work into this twist, feel into that stretch across your right side, low back, across your obliques, maybe even feeling that stretch across the rectus abdominis there. So just breathing into your core as you work this gentle twist. And we'll slowly come back through center and twist to the other side. So it doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be drawn out. We just want to take a moment to work into the twist, giving your body a chance to stretch out those muscles that we just worked so vigorously. And of course, it's nice to give your body a chance to slow down the heart rate, slow down the breathing, and come back to a more grounded state. Once you work that twist on the second side, slowly come back to center. And you can just give yourself a moment to relax in a brief Shavasana. As you relax onto your mat, let your belly rise and fall with the breath. So let go of any clenching, any flexing, any squeezing in the muscles. This is a chance to completely let go. Let your breath rise and fall. And once you have returned to a normal state of breathing, once your heart rate has returned to normal, when you feel ready, you can begin to press yourself up into a nice easy seat. Take a moment to reflect on your journey today and thank yourself for showing up and rising to the challenge. And even if you didn't get every single exercise today, you can always come back and try again and see if you can get a little deeper into the practice. Again, I'm Jen Hilman. And of course, check out the new Yoga V community where you can access your favorite YOGATX videos ad-free. All the details are in the links below. So I hope you have a wonderful day and I look forward to seeing you next week.